Fire off the line. 10 seconds to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 2 between Team Sway and the Vietnam Dream Team. My name is Coldblood, and we'll go ahead and jump straight into the Hero Select. Immediately, we can see the 1-0 Viet Dream Team banned out the Naga Siren, and the Bristle. Poor Bristle has not made it through a single first ban phase thus far in the Amateur Weekly Cup. We have the Coddle and the Visage being picked up. Timbersaw immediately snatched up by Team Sway after banning out the BH and the Ember Spirit. So learning from their mistakes of last game, they have the very powerful Timbersaw. We'll have to see if they can use it, or maybe it's too banned too often for them to be used to. Bane going to be locked in here. He very, very strong in the smaller skirmishes, whereas Visage very strong in the bigger fights, because of course Soul Assumption does damage based on the amount of damage that it absorbs. Immediately the carries being focused in the bans here, with the Gyrocopter and the Faceless Void being taken out. Vietnamese Dream Team banning out the Faceless Void. That may mean they want to go for an AM and go for the late game. And of course Faceless Void, one of the few capable of taking on a 6-item Magina.
10 seconds to go.
And shout out to Mindanger, Mindanger. I was saying his name improperly before, and it looks like I will continue to do so. And Shadow Prophet is casting with me apparently. So waiting for the next bands to come out here. Excited to see the Coddle. Have not seen him very much in the previous or in the current patch. Of course, he does have the long range nuke with the Illuminate. He's able to give mana and take it away. So Visage going to be able to spam the Soul Assumption and the Grave Chill. We have Clockwork being banned out, so with Bristle, Timbersaw and Clockwork unavailable, Dream Team are going to have to get creative again. Of course, Bounty Hunter also banned out for them. We'll have to see if Toki is capable of playing anything else, or if they'll switch things around.
5 seconds.
Just waiting for the last ban here.
Radiant's pick.
Okay, so the OD going to be banned out again. OD very strong late game. They don't want that AoE. I wouldn't be surprised to see the anti-mage come out. Maybe Spectre. I would love to see that. She's my favorite. Just waiting now. See what they bring in. Not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. The support's already being picked up by both teams, obviously, and then Timbersaw will go on the off lane. The the Team Sway guys, So Who Are You, waiting for, they're going to be able to pick up another support. They know that they're against Visage and the Coddle. Oh, of course, Slark, very slippery, just like the Bounty Hunter. Would not be surprised for Toki to pick him up again. They have similar playstyles, they hit and run. And I mean, the Slark, while slippery, doesn't have true stealth. He can go, hidden in plain sight with his ultimate. And yeah, and of course Slark very annoying late game because he steals stats, and he can just go all in with his team. What are Team Sway going to answer to with this? They've got the Bane, which is good for an aggressive tri-lane, but of course Slark can use Dark Pact to get that off of him. They're going on their reserve time. And will they go for a support, or will they pick up maybe their mid laner? I wouldn't be surprised if they went for another support at this stage, because it'd be quite safe. They have the Crystal Maiden available. That would be great for the Timbersaw. No, they will go for Mirana, and there is the AM coming out of the Vietnamese Dream Team. A lot of the late game has been taken out of the pool. Ursa going to come out from Team Sway. This is very exciting. He, of course, against a single person, he will start monstering them down, and AM loves to try and 1v1 people and try and outmaneuver them, but Ursa will just hunt him down and slap him till he dies. Queen of Pain being banned out by the Vietnamese Dream Team, was banned out by Team Sway in the previous game, in Game 1. So no one wants to deal with that, I guess. A lot of the mids being focused by the VDT guys. And the last ban coming out, Weaver. It's actually a very
Radiant's
smart ban
pit.
because Weaver's very annoying to go against in any solo lane because he's so slippery. He will bully you around. Last pick here for VDT. If it is indeed a mid they want to go for, unless they go Coddle mid, which I guess could work. But no, they will go Invoker, very micro-intensive hero.
Dyer's pick.
Their late game looking incredibly strong. The Moonlight Shadow is brought in by Mirana for Team Sway. That will be very, very helpful in combating this. And I have to say, hang on. I'm not sure if I have someone in the channel with me. Let me check. Are you there, Shadow Prophet? Nope.
10 seconds to go.
There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay,
5
so
seconds.
last pick for these guys here. They've got a minute of reserve time if they need it. They need something
Reserve
to deal
time.
with the AM. They need someone with a lot of lockdown, I believe. Unless the Mirana is going support, that could happen. No, they go for Death Prophet. Okay, so we're gonna try and outpush this Invoker and silence him up, which is a decent strategy, I guess. We'll have to see how it works for them. They're gonna have to try and use their push to their advantage and end it before AM can farm for 40 minutes because, of course, the fun ends here once he gets a few items up in a Heart of Trask. Even an Aegis coming out of the Roche pit would be very, very dangerous. Okay, so waiting for the Timber Saw to be assigned along with the Death Prophet, and we'll finally be able to get into game 2 here. There we go. So VDT are 1 up in the series, and is my mic being picked up in
Better
game?
get ready.
Doesn't look like it. Okay, so representing the Vietnamese Dream Team in this game 1, on the Coddle we have KQT. As the Invoker we have Toki, so he will not be playing on the Slark Visage, played by Jack. Slark will be Miggles, who was a sniper in the previous game, and the Anti-Mage is 7k. Representing Team So Who Are You, we have Classic and Friends on the Bane. Ursa will be played by Snapshot. Death Prophet will be Kitty Lumpkins 97. We've got Philstar on the Mirana, and Timbersaw will be played by Passion of the Forest. Okay, thank you for that, Shadow Prophet, if you're the one going those stats, because I do love the stats. So, Slark and
30 seconds
Visage
to
have
showtime.
100% win rate. Very, very powerful heroes. So, not surprised to see that one. We have immediately Earthshock taken by Snapshot. So they want to go for some aggression here. Sacred Arrow into the Nightmare, or probably Nightmare into Sacred Arrow, and then having an Ursa on top of you, slowing you down for 25%. For how long does it last? 4 seconds. That's going to be a Slark that's in a lot of
And
trouble
they're
if he
off.
doesn't take the Dark Pact and use it perfectly. Ward going to go down. Will the rune spawn up here? No, it is down the bottom. Invisibility rune will get picked up by
Radiant on one
KQT.
side,
No,
Dire
is he?
on the
He's
other.
thinking about it. Going to throw down a ward, and he's thinking about picking up the invisibility. Will he in the end? The Death Prophet going to be advancing forward in the mid lane here. Just going to try and fix up my mic. Let's have a look. Yep, okay, I think they can hear me in the game now. So, invisibility on Coddle. Timbersaw going to be denied out here. The support's waiting off to the side for Team Sway. They want to try and shut down Toki on the Invoker. He's taken Exhort, so he's very, very greedy. Doesn't have any health or armor, and they're going to be coming in here. Will he be able to get the Nightmare off? He does indeed. Will Sacred Arrow land? No, it hits a creep. So not the best execution from Team Sway there, but to be fair, the creeps were very much in the way. So Invoker going to get out of that one, is forced to take a leveling quas for the health regen rather than take Invoke and get the Sunstrike. As Ursa going to be getting a little bit of free experience up here as soon as he gets the Overpower or the Fury Swipes, which he does indeed. He'll be able to duke it out with Slark very easily. Not that Slark will stick around to get whacked though, unless he is crazy. So Toki is going to stay on the Exort orbs. He wants as much damage as possible to contest these last hits. Will he take Invoke now? Yes, he does indeed. So he can get here. He has Cold Snap. He can also get Sunstrike. Taking Cold Snap this early tells me he wants to go aggressive. But Kitty Lumpkins is staying back for the time being. Slark forced away from the creeps. Anti-Mage farming freely at the bottom has 11 and 4. Timbersaw only a single last hit to his name at the moment. Can he pick up this one? He does indeed. Well done by him. And will the supports up here be able to do anything? It is a support Mirana, it looks like. Ursa being given the farm, given some nice experience as well. And, I mean, well, they need something that can 1v1 Anti-Mage, and Ursa can certainly do that if the AM stands next to him and allows it to happen. As far as farming goes, very much in the favour of the Vietnamese Dream Team at the moment, as the supports from Sway just waiting off to the side here. All they need is a single Sacred Arrow to land before they can go in. Ping's going off by the Mirana. And Slark are going to be running to try and get the Illusion Rune. Is going to be caught in the middle of Bane, and Mirana is going to be in a lot of trouble here. And Feeble used. He's going to use the Dark Pact and then the Pounce after doing a lot of damage to Bane. Miggles should be able to get out. There is an Illusion Rune in the top part of the river. Going to be cut off by Bane, who doesn't have the mana for his Nightmare, but does have a salve popping on his health. Mirana, is she going to throw out the Sacred Arrow? Nightmare goes off, and Dark Pact removes it. Miggles going to avoid the Sacred Arrow, trying to do as much damage to the Bane as he can. Miggles does have Pounce available if he needs it. He's going to pick up the Illusion Rune, and that will block them off for the time being. He's going to get auto-attacked. It misses from the auto-attack from Bane. Now Invoker coming in from behind. Can Classic and Friends pick this one up? No, it looks like no. He is going to pop the salve on himself. Classic and Friends forced back here. Mirana does have Sacred Arrow. Will Toki be able to use the Tornado here? Death Prophet going to run forward. Tornado goes off on Mirana, and that will be First Blood going to Toki on the Invoker. In the mid lane there, Miggles tried to pick up an assist. He did in the end, so very well played there by VTT, drawing that one out, whittling down the support's health, and then taking them down. Of course, the ward here by the red team didn't help them out too much. Slark going to return to the top lane. Ursa at 13 to the 7 of the Slark at the moment. Meanwhile, down at the bottom lane, Timbersaw being zoned out very, very hard. We'll have a look at the hero level 5, 4, and 4. So the support's only at level 1 for Team Sway, which is a little bit of trouble. Invoker going to take a haste rune and running up to the top lane. Sacred Arrow actually does land in the end, and there are pings going off saying that they have caught themselves an Invoker. That stun lasts for ages, but haste rune means that he's going to be able to run out quite easily. And of course he does have the phase boots, and now he's going to try and turn it around on the Mirana, but he may have been a little too greedy here. Tornado will go off. Sacred Arrow doesn't land anywhere near, but Ursa slaps the Invoker in the face, says get away from my Mirana, and manages to pick himself up that one. He's going to be very, very happy. Could pick up the phase boots or power treads. Probably would want phase against a Slark. Have to see what he goes for. He does indeed pick that one up. Very well played by Team Sway there. It was a very close one. The Invoker being a little crazy. Toki certainly not afraid to run around where he's not welcome. He's done it on the BH, and now he does it on the Invoker. What will he go for? Probably would want to go for a Force Staff next if he's going for an Exort. No, actually he's going for Quas. So he could go for the Yule Scepter and just throw out the Tornadoes and then the EMPs. Death Prophet has pretty high mana costs in the Crypt Swarm, so it's easy to take her mana down with the EMP. Down at the bottom lane, it looks like Timbersaw still having a lot of trouble. Actually, no, he's at 14 last hit, so he's on par with the Slark at the moment. Didn't get the assist that the Slark has, but he's getting very fine XP, which he's going to be very, very happy with. Once he hits the level 6, he'll have the Chakram. He can get Timber Chain soon, and he'll start becoming a force to be reckoned with. Are they going to throw out the Sacred Arrow onto Slark here? There's a creep in the wave. He throws out the Pounce, and it leashes Bane inside the tower. He's going to fall very, very low, but will manage to get out in the end. Is going to TP out of there. Will a arrow land from the Mirana here in the mid lane? A lot of damage going on in the mid. There is a regeneration rune up at the top. Now Sacred Arrow will go out. Doesn't land anywhere near the Slark. as Invoker going to very happily pick up the regeneration rune. Doesn't have a bottle, so he'll have to use it, but you know, he can put that to good use. He is going to go, he could go anything with the Staff of Intelligence. Going to give him a nice bit of mana for his pool, bit of mana regen, a bit of damage as well. And since he's prioritizing Kloss and Wex, the intelligence will be a nice damage boost for him. So Ursa whacking it out with the Slark here. The Thundershock of Ursa has a bit of a cast time, so it can be very annoying to do properly. Visage just trying to zone Timbersaw out. He does have 2 points in reactive armor. Not getting the experience that he wants, but he's going to easily weather this storm. He has his Stout Shield, and he's going to run up, get a little bit of damage down onto the Anti-Mage. We have Bane coming in for the Invoker. Crypt Swarm going to be used there. Exorcism goes out as well, as does the Silence. Will Turkey be able to escape this one? He now has the Ghost Walk, is going to go invisible. Will the Sacred Arrow come out from Mirana? Could be a hero one, but in the end it will not. Invoker's trying to make his way out of that Ghost Walk, making him very slow, but he does escape in the end. Very quick thinking by the Invoker there. The Exorcism being wasted. They want to try and get some tower damage down. They will not, so well done by VDT there. Visage made his way up to the mid lane. Jack, to see if he can do anything. Timbersaw and Anti-Mage being left to their own devices. Both of them do very well later on, so not too bad at all for them to be getting there. Coddle going for some stats over a second point, neither his abilities. The supports are invisible from Team Sway here. Anti-Mage very difficult to lock down though. He has 3 points in the blink, 7-second cooldown. It will be very difficult indeed. Fiend's Grip, of course, not available just yet. Arcane Boots finished by the Timbersaw. Meanwhile, Slark going to take down Ursa up at the top lane. That's not a good thing at all. Ursa starting to work on his Vladimir's, offering DP, going to use Invisibility Rune, and now Bane, can he make it out of this one? Sacred Arrow will land onto the Visage, does a lot of damage and a lot of stun, but DP coming in, invisible here. Soul Assumption does a massive amount of damage. Timbersaw going to take down the Visage. Double kill for the Timbersaw so far. So it's a 2 for 2 if you count the Ursa up at the top lane. Invisibility Rune used very well there. Poor Bane was caught out, couldn't do much. Sacred Arrow, will it end up landing? No, it will not. Anti-Mage going to continue farming up. The Invoker sprinting his way to the mid. He is going for the Force Staff. And meanwhile, we have teleports coming in from the Visage up at the top. Ursa, is he going to get onto this Visage? He does indeed, doing a lot of damage there. As where has the Slark gone? Sprinting away from the battle at the top lane. He was taken quite low, so he's going to be regenerating very quickly thanks to the Shadow Dance. 3% of his max health per second, very quick, and he does have the braces, so he's nice and tanky. Not sure if he'll go straight for the drums of endurance. He'd prefer to get a Skadi, stick them, make them stick next to him while he procs the Essence Shift, which he's leveling over Dark Pact, so he's going for sustained damage over the burst of Dark Pact, which is probably fair enough against an Ursa. You're not going to be able to burst that down, particularly once he picks up the Vladimir's. If you get Morbid Mask on Ursa, it doesn't work, because of course Fury Swipe's unique attack modifier, and it will override the lifesteal, but Vlad's not a unique modifier. So shout out to Gavmir and Mindager, who is having a chat in the Twitch chat. You're very welcome to speak in the Twitch chat, guys, as long as it's not spam, because we don't tolerate that here. So up at the top lane we have level 2 in the Sacred Arrow. Bane getting close to, oh, not close at all actually, he's very far away from the level 5. Toki has Ghost Walk still, so he's being very defensive. Has something coming on the courier. It is the completed Force Staff, as Illusion Rune will be popped by the DP here. Slark going to be caught up at the top lane. Will Bane be able to do anything about this? He does have Brain Sap if he needs a quick burst of health. Slark being baited in here by the Brain Sap, and Ursa gets the kill. Beautifully done by the, well, Classic and friends and his friends. The Brain Sap gives a lot of health back, 160, and of course the damage is pure, so Slark cannot avoid that one. Beautifully done there. He's going to have to remember that Bane can indeed heal himself. Has a Clarity Potion going on at the moment. That will be a big experience boost for the supports. Now Mirana at level 4. Going to have another point in the leap, makes her a little bit more elusive.
Taking hits.
The bottom tower for Team Sway falling lower and lower. It's at about 40% of its health. Illuminate nicely dodged there by the Timbersaw, and now AM going to teleport behind Sacred Arrow. Doesn't land on anything. Hits a creep there. But AM, will he be able to blink out? He does indeed. A lot of damage on the Coddle and Bane going to use Brain Sap to pick that kill up for himself. Sway doing brilliantly thus far. DP coming in with Invoker hot on her heels. The Wex giving a lot of movement speed, and then of course you've got the Phase Boots and the Force Staff. Looks like nothing going on at top at the moment. AM was able to get out one. If it was Coddle that had... sorry, if it was AM who died, they would have been in trouble. Death Prophet will get the silence off on Toki, but he's got the Cold Snap on her. Is now gone, gonna try and do the old Jukes for Jesus, and the Tornado Impact damage will take him down, but Toki, I don't think he can escape this one. Very nice Sacred Arrow coming out from Philster, but the burst from Soul Assumption is enough to pick that one up. Tries to get an auto attack off. Where are the familiars? They are right there. They have their stun up. Philster much too tanky to be taken down by a lone Visage this early in the game. And Coddle does not yet have his ultimate for the recall, which would be very, very handy, of course. So, 1 for 1, both the mid laners going down there. Was very beautiful Sacred Arrow coming out from Philster. He's, some of them have landed on creeps, but the ones he lands, they normally turn into kills. So now 5 to 6. We'll have a look at the gold earned is 3,000 in VDT's favour, and the experience around about the same. That'd be because the farming of this AM is going crazy. Invisibility rune again popped by the Death Prophet here. Will she be able to turn it into anything? She's trying to find the nice squishy Coddle. It'll be half health by her Crypt Swarm. And then, of course, Exorcism will come out after that. And she's got some decent right-click damage as well. Coddle running into the trees here. Nothing can be found by Team Sway. We have Invoker up at the top lane. Both mids trying to make the action happen. But Ursa, similarly, is being very, very cautious up here. Does have his Vlad's offering, so he could go for the Roche if he so desired. But is going to stay at the top. Battle Fury picked up at the 13-minute marker by the Anti-Mage, and he's just going to go straight into the jungle and start farming. He has stacked it up for himself, and this is exactly what we said Team Sway needed to do. They need to make the push happen. Immediately, Fortification is used. Ursa going to fall up at the top lane. Not a lot he could have done about that. They may trade the Tier 1 add bot for it. Teammates regard Toki as the best player on the team as the playmaker, and he definitely made plays happen as the bounty hunter in the last game, so he did well. Will Team Sway be able to take this Tier 1 down? They'll be very happy if they do. The Tier 1 at top is at about 40% of its own HP, and Toki going to start whacking away at it. Uses the Alacrity on himself as Miggle's whacking away. And nah, whole bunch of teleports coming in. Will the Sacred Arrow land here? No, it does miss. Threads the needle there. Slark going to try and turn this one around. Throws out the pounce, but Crypt Swarm will hit him on the nose. As he, well, I guess not really on the nose if he's running away. Phase Boots and Wax makes Invoker very, very fast. So he's going to try and turn around here. He may be able to pick up the Mirana. Will he get Sacred Arrowed in the face? He does indeed. Mirana going to try and run out of this one. Forced up, used by Toki to try and escape. Going to throw out the Sunstrike. Barely misses the Mirana. That was a close one. And the Tier 1 at top going to be taken down in the end. The mid tower going to fall thanks to the Visage's administrations, but the Tier 1 at top gets last hit by the Bane. He'll be able to pick up his Arcane Boots from that one, be very, very happy. Visage going to pick himself up a Medallion of Courage, makes his familiars do a whole heck of a burst. Nice to see a support Mirana. Hopefully she can make the big plays happen. That was very, very close by the Philster. They should be able to, the viewers should be able to hear me, Mindega. I hope so anyway, but the Twitch can hear me, and that's my biggest concern. Teleport coming in by Bane at the bot as Anti-Mage manages to last hit it. Is farming himself up a storm. 102 last hits. The next biggest is Ursa on 60. So that's going to be a... let's have a look at the net worth. 2,000 higher than Invoker is this Anti-Mage. So he is going to become a massive, massive threat. It was smartly done in the draft by VDT, banning out the Faceless Void, the OD. Everything that could throw a wrench into the AM's works was taken out by them. Ursa may be the only thing that can stand against him. Timbersaw, he's working towards his Bloodstone, was denied early on, but he's quickly making up for that. Now the Moonlight Shadow being popped here. Will they be able to catch themselves a Slark? They will indeed. Can he Dark Pact out of it? He does Dark Pact. The Silence, he's trying to use the Shadow Dance to get out. Illuminate used, and the Familiars will stun there. Slack manages to escape, much too hard to lock down there. He's going to pop, the Shadow Dance is going to heal him up very quickly, and now Snapshot uses the, Fiend's Grip used on Miggles, beautifully done. Mirana going to secure that one with the Sacred Arrow. Beautiful catch there by Classic and Friends with the ultimate. That will mean a Roshan for them unless we see a Hero Illuminate come out of the VDT captain. No, they're going to instantly ward him away. Great play from Team Sway. They may take some damage on their tier 2 up the top. Sacred Arrow will land onto this Coddle, and Classic and Friends say that one belongs to me. Thank you. Big advantage picked up by the Team Sway guys. Still behind by 5,000 gold and about 4,000 or so experience. They don't want to lose this tier 2 atop, but Timbersaw already on his way to stopping that. Doesn't have the Timber Chain yet, so he's not as mobile as he'd like. Does get a level up there, and yeah, without Timber Chain, not able to do a whole heck of a lot. EMP takes a lot of mana away there, as Ursa going to whack away at this mid tower. Does have the Aegis of the Immortal, so he can dive if he wants to. Invoker going to dodge the Sacred Arrow at top, as Vitage takes down the Bane's head in the mid lane. Ursa going to be stunned up by the Familiar. Slark going to try and come in here, and the pounce goes off on to the DP. She can't really escape that one. Coddle picks it up with the Illuminate. Aegis popped as well. Can Ursa escape this one? He's trying to take down the AM with him. Can he do it? AM trying to get away. Oh, he channels the blink, and Ursa catches up and throws out a swipe. And now it looks as though the turnaround coming out from Mirana, and she's got no chance of getting out of this one. Doesn't have the mana for the Arcane Boots, so Invoker was chased all the way to the mid here. Ends up being a 2-for-1. Very nice turnaround from Snapshot on the Ursa, but it only lessens the sting. Invoker going to run into the tower here as Miggles falling lower and lower. Nice Fiend's Grip by Classic and Friends, and now the tree's going to be cleared away by the Invoker. Is Timber Chain available? Yes, it is, but Invoker is going to take the last hit on the Bane there. The Familiars from Visage doing absolute work, so ends up being another couple of kills going either which way, and we still have an advantage kills-wise to Team Sway, but the economy going certainly in the way of VDT. Now Cold Snap goes off onto Kitty Lumpkin. Silence goes onto Toki. So if the DP takes damage, she will get stunned. Now it has fallen off. Sacred Arrow not going to go anywhere because Mirana hasn't actually fired it out yet, silly me. Invoker is just so damn fast with his Phase Boots and his Wex. Mirana going to try and cut him off. Will a hero Sacred Arrow come out here? Gets fired off. He barely manages to avoid it. That was incredibly close, but he will sprint his way out of there. You don't think a guy in a dress can move this fast, but he certainly can. So Bane down at the bottom. Doesn't have Enfeeble just yet. I thought he had it, I thought he used it at level 3, but I guess he hasn't taken it. It's a popular strategy going for the other two first, but Enfeeble can be very nice against something like the Invoker. It can make it so Invoker doesn't hit hard enough to actually proc the Cold Snap, because of course actually Jack gonna take a kill in the mid lane by himself, as Slark was there, but he's gonna try and run out. Moonlight Shadow has been popped. Visage gets slowed by the Earth Shock there. Will Visage end up falling? A lot of damage going out from Slark, and he pounces out. Illuminate is going to take them low enough for Soul Assumption to finish that one off. Tornado and EMP go down by the Timbersaw. Can he escape? EMP does a massive amount of damage. Can he take the Slark with him? Ursa wants to make sure that he does. Timbersaw, can he Timber Chain out? No, he can't. Invoker gets a last hit there. Jack with a triple kill on the Visage, and Invoker has Ursa has no way to catch up to Invoker. Visage using Grave Chill to swim away, and that will be a 5-4-0 in Vietnamese Dream Team's favour. Well played by them. Started off with some plays around here. So we'll have a look at the Cold Snap for, let's have a look. It needs to be...
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
I thought you have to do a certain amount of damage. Bonus... no. Okay, I'm not sure. I thought you had to do a certain amount of damage to proc Cold Snap, so I was thinking Enfeeble would be good, but I mean, if you do any damage to them, they get stunned.
Fortified their structures.
There you go. Maybe it's just
Dire's
auto attack or something.
mid-towers
Fortification used in the on the mid tier 2. Death Prophet going to try and clear away the wave as quickly as possible. Invoker, can he escape this one? He does have 4 stuff, and he does indeed use it. The Familiar is going to stun themselves under the tower there, just to provide a little bit of vision. DD rune by the anti-mage. The invoke cooldown going to be non-existent thanks to the Ag Scepter on the Toki Invoker. He's going to pick himself up a DD rune, so he's attacking very fast now. He will hit quite hard as well, hitting for about 200 or 210 exactly. But he may be in trouble here. He's used Ghost Walk. He's waiting around for his team to bail him out. Oh, Ghost Walk. They know that he's here because he walked through the Death Prophet. She's waiting around.
Mid tower could use a little help.
But this entire time, the mid tier 2 is taking trouble. Invoker, can he get out? Roshan up in 5 minutes. Invoker, when you've got this much points, and Wex actually gets movement speed from the Ghost Walk, and he's running through them all now, just playing trips. Dust will indeed reveal him there. But this entire time, the VDT team are going to push up at the top. Can they make this worth something? The Invoker's still very, very fast. Ursa coming in from behind. AM ready to assist if he is needed. Starting to regen, he's going to teleport away, leaving the Invoker for dead, who has popped the Ghost Walk once again, I believe he has. And unfortunately for Team Sway, they're not able to make too much happen here. The top lane being pushed very, very hard. Manta Style finished by AM. Mechanism used on the creeps to make them even tankier and restore their health. The tier 2 at top will fall. Can the Team Sway guys make something happen down here? They're going to have to, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Nice work by Toki to... Actually, a lot of damage goes on Miranda by the EMP and the Tornado. She's forced out now. The tier 3 being worked on up at the top. A lot of damage going down. AM taking the tier 2 in the mid. Nice stun by the Invoker to stop that TP scroll in its tracks. And now they're forced to make the long trek up to the top. Dust being used just to make sure there's no Moonlight Shadow shenanigans going on. Timbersaw, can he clear the creep wave in time? No, he cannot. Will end up going down. As Coddle going to use the Chakra magic on himself. He's channeling up the Illuminate. The red team, Team Sway, coming in here. Barracks falling lower and lower. Now the pounce goes up by Slug just to get to the other side. Sacred Arrow lands onto the creep. And, well, the Timbersaw, who's supposed to be tanky, not tanky enough there. The Rex, will it end up falling? Death Prophet's trying to stop it. Exorcism is used. The Crypt Swarm as well. Slug tries to pound his way out. Invoker coming from behind. Throws out the cold wall, or the ice wall. Visage going to get slowed by the Earth Shock. But Ursa completely out of mana. Has been grave chilled. He does have Moonlight Shadow on him though. Sacred Arrow lands onto the Invoker. Soul Assumption used on the Mirana there. Bane trying to run out. Will the Familiars be able to get the stun down on him? No, he's taking some tricky moves out. But there's not a lot he can do to escape from this one unless the Force Staff will save him. Uses Brain Sap on the Invoker. Death Prophet going to be healed up by the Spirits. And now Sacred Arrow takes him low enough for the Crypt Swarm to take that one down. Beautiful play from Team Sway, but can they make it work? Invoker is going to buy back. And miraculously, Team Sway make it out of that one alive. Beautifully done. Smoke is brought up by the Invoker. He's going to use it to get to the fight all the quicker. A lot of damage going down there. Will Timbersaw be able to finish this one off? Invoker is going to be joining the fight any second. There is his array of spells coming down. Double kill. Meteor going to land onto the Ursa and take him low enough for a triple kill for the Invoker. Timbersaw is trying to take down the supports, but it is not enough. Roshan will be up in 2 minutes. Toki continuing his advance with the Death Prophet being on the Ice Wall. Familiars are there too. Will they be able to stun? It's up in 1 second. Death Prophet, can she avoid it? She can indeed. Is Timbersaw going to be coming in from behind? Does have Mana Leak used on him by the Coddle, and only a 3-for-1 in the end. Could have been a lot worse. Coddle buys himself the Trank Boots while he is next to the enemy shop, and the barracks, which were exposed a few minutes ago, finally going to get taken down. The Familiar is doing a lot of damage onto DP, and EMP will knock her in the way. Invoker running forward. I don't think DP can escape this one. Last auto attack from the Invoker going to take him down. Toki going absolutely crazy. Slug jumps into a Timbersaw. That's not where he wanted to be. Dust is used on the Invoker, but he's going to use his movement speed to sprint that one out. Sacred Arrow nowhere near the mark, as the Slug does end up falling. AM continuing to farm up. has his Manta style, almost has the Heart of Trask, actually has the Heart of Trask, just their Courier's dead, so needs to wait for that one. Timbersaw is only about 700 off of his Bloodstone. He'll be very happy to pick that one up.
Just taking hits.
As the barracks at the top, the Team Sway guys, they kind of need to defend this one. They want the Invoker, has been slowed by the Earth Shock. Will he be able to get out? He does the Ghost Walk, and Ursa knows that he's close by, but he is much too quick for them to catch up, and he's even hanging around here. Marana doesn't have does not have the Sacred Arrow, as the Radiance Courier will now respawn. Roshan has gone back up as well. Toki is managing to avoid the Sacred Arrow. Will he get taken down? He force-stuffs his way through the trees. The entirety of Team Sway here trying to take him down. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage up at the top, pushing that one out. Illuminate going to come over the wall and doesn't do too much. As AM, will he be able to take down this Rax? He's going to be left completely free to it. Team Sway going to be falling back. And Roche may be now on the menu for the Radiant team here. Classic and Friends going to be caught out by the Grave Chill. Manages to force staff his way out. Moonlight Shadow used, and Exorcism comes forward by the Death Prophet. Now the Spirit's going to start doing some damage. Ursa now in the mix. Heart of Trask finished up on the Anti-Mage as Miggle's falling lower and lower to the Ursa. Gets burst down though. Timbersaw also getting burst down. That is the tanky members destroyed. Miggles picks himself up. A double kill there as Marana and DP also going to lose their lives. At least the buyback from Timbersaw gets himself a double kill, but he will once again go down. And GG well played is called by Team Sway after a phenomenal game 2. The series will go the way of the Vietnamese Dream Team 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Very much appreciated. We will be bringing more to you at 8 PM tomorrow. So have a wonderful night. This is Cold Blood from GameStar signing out.